Hey there. Ready for another deep dive? This time we're going to check out ModernBERT.
ModernBERT.
This new take on the classic BERT model that's been
Yeah, it's making kind of shaking things.
some big waves in the AI community.
Yeah, for those who might not be super familiar with it,
Right.
these encoder-only models, like BERT,
Mm-hmm.
they're like the workhorses
Yeah.
of tons of AI applications.
That's sure.
I mean,
The engine's behind.
they're the engine behind like Google search
Yeah.
and all sorts of like information classification systems.
Exactly. BERT and its successors are kind of everywhere now.
Yeah.
But they've been relying on tech that's, well, it's starting to show its age a little bit.
Right.
ModernBERT changes that, though.
Yeah.
It's built to be just more powerful and efficient.
Yeah. You know, one thing that really
Addresses a lot of limitations.
jumped out at me when I was reading about this was the
Uh-huh.
the data diet.
Yeah.
They put ModernBERT
The
on
Sega diet.
like 2 trillion tokens.
Including code, which is
Huh.
pretty unusual for this type of model.
Yeah, it's not just about the size, though. It's about the quality and variety.
Okay.
So by training ModernBERT on, this mix of web documents, code, scientific literature,
Okay.
they expose it to just like a wider range of structures and patterns.
Right. So it's
Like,
not just focused on one.
exactly. It's a more versatile understanding
Gotcha.
of language, makes it very adaptable to different tasks.
So it's like they didn't want it to be
Yeah,
a one-trick pony.
exactly.
Yeah.
It can
So- but
it can handle like formal scientific language just as well as it can parse like a casual blog post
Right.
or even understand lines of code.
Yeah. And the results.
The results speak for themselves.
Yeah. I was looking at like the GLUE benchmark.
Yeah.
It's like how well it does on
Yeah.
natural language understanding tasks.
Uh-huh.
And ModernBERT consistently just blew the other models out of the water.
Yeah.
I mean, it even beat the BERTA V3 base, which was like the king of the hill for a while.
A top performer, yeah, for quite a while.
And it seems like with ModernBERT,
Yeah,
bigger isn't always better.
that's right.
Like the ModernBERT large model
Yeah.
got similar scores to other top performing large models,
Uh-huh.
but used way fewer parameters.
That's a key point.
Oh, interesting.
So ModernBERT Large achieves these results with a more streamlined design.
Okay.
Think of parameters kind of like the cogs and gears inside the model.
Okay.
Fewer parameters means like a simpler, more efficient machine,
Gotcha.
which then translates to faster processing and lower computational costs.
So it's like less is more in this case.
Less is more. Yeah, exactly.
But then there's this supercharged architecture everyone keeps talking about.
Yeah,
Like they didn't just stuff ModernBERT with data. They like redesigned the whole engine.
absolutely. They
Yeah.
implemented several key innovations that contribute to its performance.
Okay.
One of the most interesting, I think, is something called unpadding.
Okay.
So traditional models, they waste a lot of time processing these useless padding tokens,
Okay.
which are essentially filler content.
Right.
ModernBERT just eliminates that inefficiency
Wow.
by ignoring those tokens.
Why?
It's like cutting out the junk food from its diet.
So it's all about being lean and mean.
Lean and mean.
But
baby.
then there's this flash attention thing,
Yeah.
which sounds like something straight out of a comic book.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's basically a superpower for,
These models.
it's a clever algorithm that massively speeds up
Okay.
how the model focuses on the most important parts of a text.
Okay.
Imagine you're searching a really long document, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flash attention is like having the ability to just instantly highlight the key phrases and sentences,
Wow.
allowing the model to just grasp the core meaning.
That's like a
Yeah.
built-in speed reading expert or something.
It is, yeah. And then,
On top of that,
yeah,
ModernBERT's also optimized for GPUs.
which are basically the muscle cars of the
Yeah.
computing world.
By carefully tailoring the design to take advantage of GPU architecture.
Okay.
They've ensured that ModernBERT can run at like peak performance
Gotcha.
on the most powerful hardware available.
So it's not just smarter, it's also incredibly fast.
Exactly.
Now, you mentioned impressive results.
Yeah.
Let's dig into those a little bit.
Sure.
Because from what I've seen, ModernBERT really shines when it comes to finding the right information
It does.
from these massive data sets,
Yeah.
even in like really complex contexts.
It really does. Yeah. Like in the BR benchmark,
Mhm.
which evaluates a model's ability to retrieve information across various domains and tasks.
Right.
ModernBERT just consistently outperformed its competitors.
Interesting.
So like imagine you're a researcher
Okay.
and you're trying to find the most relevant studies
Uh-huh.
from this massive database of scientific literature,
Right.
ModernBERT's like this super efficient research assistant, just instantly surfacing the most relevant information.
So it's like having a personalized research librarian
Exactly.
at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about how it excels at understanding natural language and code.
Right.
But what about when it comes to like long pieces of text?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a limit to how much it can process at once?
That's one of the most exciting things about ModernBERT.
Okay.
It can handle up to 8,192 tokens at a time,
Wow.
which is like processing an entire research paper in one go.
That's a lot.
It's a huge step forward for long context AI,
Okay.
allowing the model to understand and analyze these complex documents
Right.
without having to break them down into smaller chunks.
That opens up a ton of possibilities.
It does.
Think about like legal contracts or technical manuals.
Yeah, those are notoriously dense and difficult to parse.
Yeah, exactly. ModernBERT could revolutionize how we interact with those kinds of documents.
Absolutely.
I mean, it could lead to AI systems that can like quickly summarize those legal documents, identify potential risks in contracts, or even translate technical jargon into plain language.
Yeah, the applications are pretty much endless.
Now, in the research, they talked about two main retrieval techniques, Colbert and EPR.
Right.
Can you break those down for us a little bit?
Sure.
I'm kind of curious to know how ModernBERT stacks up against those approaches.
So DPR, or dense passage retrieval,
Okay.
it's a widely used technique that represents an entire document as a single vector,
Okay.
essentially a numerical summary.
Gotcha.
It's very efficient,
Oh, yeah.
but it can sometimes miss subtle details or nuances in the text.
It's like getting the gist of a document without necessarily understanding all the complexity.
Yeah.
Then there's Colbert.
Right. Colbert, or contextualized late interaction over BERT,
Oh, yeah.
that takes a more granular approach.
Okay.
So it represents each word in a document with a separate vector, capturing more of the contextual information within the text.
So it's like doing a deep dive into the text, whereas DPR is more of a quick scan.
Yeah, more of a surface level understanding.
But ModernBERT performs well with both techniques, right?
Yes, and that's what's so impressive.
Interesting.
It excels at both DPR and Colbert, especially when dealing with those long texts.
Okay.
This versatility speaks to the strength of its underlying architecture and training data.
Speaking of training data,
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier that ModernBERT was trained on a data set that included a significant amount of code.
Right.
That seems kind of unusual for a language model.
It is a bit unusual.
What's the rationale behind that?
Well, it reflects the increasing importance of code in our world. So by training ModernBERT on code, the researchers essentially gave it the ability to understand and reason about software.
Oh, wow.
This opens up exciting new possibilities for AI-powered coding assistants.
Right, like GitHub Copilot.
Exactly like GitHub Copilot, which can help developers write better code faster.
But it's not just a language model, it's also a code whisperer.
You could say that.
And from what I've seen, ModernBERT's performance on code-related tasks is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Like it outperformed specialized code models on benchmarks like CodeSearchNet, which evaluates a model's ability to find relevant code snippets.
Right.
And Stack Overflow QA,
Yeah.
which tests its ability to answer programming questions.
Those results demonstrate the power of incorporating diverse data into the training process.
Okay.
By exposing ModernBERT to both natural language and code.
Right.
The researchers created a model that can navigate both worlds seamlessly.
Interesting.
This has significant implications for the future of software development and AI-assisted programming.
So ModernBERT is kind of breaking down barriers
It is.
between different types of information,
Yeah.
allowing it to connect the dots in ways that weren't possible before.
Exactly.
But all this talk about speed and efficiency makes me wonder, does ModernBERT sacrifice accuracy for speed?
That's a great question, and it's actually quite the opposite. So the architectural innovations in ModernBERT, like unpadding and flash attention, they actually enhance its accuracy by allowing it to focus on the most important information more quickly and efficiently.
So it's not just about brute force processing power.
Right.
It's about intelligent design
Exactly.
that allows the model to work smarter, not harder.
Precisely, and that's what sets ModernBERT apart.
Okay.
It's not just incrementally better than previous models.
Right.
It represents a fundamental shift in how we approach language understanding and information retrieval.
Okay. So we've established that ModernBERT is fast, efficient, and accurate.
It is.
But what about its real-world applications?
Yeah.
What kind of impact could this technology have on our lives?
Mm.
It's pretty exciting to think about how this could be applied, across different fields.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about, its potential in research and software development.
Right.
But what other areas could benefit from this kind of advanced language understanding?
Well, the possibilities are pretty vast.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine like more intuitive and responsive search engines that can truly grasp what you're looking for, even if you're using, complex language or technical jargon.
Okay.
Think about personalized learning platforms that can adapt to your individual learning style and pace.
Right.
Providing, targeted feedback and guidance.
So ModernBERT could revolutionize how we learn and access information.
Yeah, could.
It's like having a customized tutor and a world-class library
Exactly.
at your disposal.
And it goes beyond education, too.
Okay.
Consider the potential in healthcare,
Right.
where ModernBERT could analyze patient records and medical literature
Right.
to assist doctors in making more informed diagnoses and treatment plans.
That's a game changer, but it also raises questions about, data privacy and security,
Of course.
especially when you're dealing with sensitive medical information.
Absolutely.
How can we ensure that these powerful AI systems are used responsibly and ethically?
You're right to point that out. The ethical implications of AI are crucial. Yeah.
And as these technologies advance,
Right.
we need, robust frameworks to guide their development and deployment.
Okay.
Transparency, accountability, and fairness need to be at the forefront of these discussions.
Yeah, it's a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility.
It is.
And speaking of responsibility, what about the potential for misuse?
Right.
Could ModernBERT be used to create, convincing fake news articles? Or
Yeah.
manipulate information in harmful ways?
That's a valid concern, and it underscores the need for ongoing research into AI safety and security.
Right.
It's essential to develop safeguards that can detect and mitigate the risks associated with AI-generated content,
Right.
ensuring that these powerful tools are used for good.
It seems like we're at a pretty pivotal moment in the development of AI.
We are.
ModernBERT is like a glimpse into a future where machines can understand and process information
Yeah.
at a level we never thought possible.
On a scale and scope that we really haven't seen before. But it's crucial that we navigate this new landscape carefully,
Yeah, absolutely.
considering both the potential benefits and the potential risks.
It's an exciting and challenging time.
Yeah.
We're on the cusp of a technological revolution.
Right.
And it's up to us to shape that revolution responsibly.
Yeah. Make sure that it benefits all of humanity.
Exactly.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into ModernBERT.
It has been a fascinating discussion.
It's been an eye-opening journey, exploring the cutting edge of language models.
For sure.
And pondering all the possibilities that lie ahead.
As we've seen, ModernBERT is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in AI, opening up all these new avenues for research and innovation.
Absolutely. It's a testament to human ingenuity in our pursuit of knowledge.
It is.
And as we move forward, it's important to remember that AI is the tool.
Right.
And like any tool, its impact depends on how we use it.
That's right.
So as you continue to explore the world of AI and delve deeper into its complexities, keep asking those important questions.
Yeah.
How can we use this tech to solve real-world problems?
How can we ensure its development and deployment are aligned with our values?
Exactly. How can we shape a future where AI empowers us to create a better world for everyone?
Those are the key questions.
Keep those in mind as you continue your journey into this fascinating world of artificial intelligence.